U.S. President Donald Trump and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer put forth a show of unity on the last day of the American leader's unprecedented second state visit to the United Kingdom. And the host leader was careful to avoid areas of disagreement.
You are among friends, and I think we all agree there's so much to celebrate in the special relationship between our two countries.
Trump and Starmer glossed over their differences on multiple issues, including Gaza and the environment, hailing their common interests instead.
We're forever joined, and we are forever friends, and we will always be friends.
Trump flattered Starmer by calling him a tough negotiator in reaching the first tariff deal with the U.S., although Britain has still not secured the lower U.S. tariffs on steel that it was seeking.
He's a tough negotiator. I think it was a better deal for you than us, but these are minor details.
It's a very good deal for both of us.
He's a great negotiator.
Earlier, a record $205 billion package of U.S. investment into Britain was unveiled, part of an even larger package that officials say will benefit both sides. Starmer said the deals made would, quote, light up the special relationship for years to come. But the pair do not see eye to eye on foreign affairs. Starmer and other European leaders have been pressing Trump to put more pressure on Putin to end his war against Ukraine. Trump, while criticizing the Russian president, failed to mention any further sanctions against Moscow. And Trump repeated his position that he disagreed with countries recognizing Palestine.
So I have a disagreement with the Prime Minister on that score. Okay? One of our few disagreements, actually.
Starmer has said Britain will recognize Palestine if Israel fails to relieve suffering in Gaza and reach a ceasefire in its nearly 2-year war with Hamas.
The elephant in the room, Lord Mandelson.
The two leaders also sidestepped questions related to Jeffrey Epstein, at a time when Trump's relationship with him has come under scrutiny. Both were asked about Starmer's firing of Peter Mandelson as ambassador to the U.S. after his close ties with the late sex offender were released.
I don't know him, actually. I had heard that, and I think maybe the Prime Minister would be better speaking of that. That was a choice that he made, and I don't know. What is your answer to that?
Well, I mean, it's very straightforward. Some information came to light last week which wasn't available when he was appointed, and I made a decision about it, and that's very clear. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
At the end of the press conference, a clearly relieved Starmer ushered Trump out of the room before the president left to return to Washington.
New Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch?
Pinch,
pinch.
We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea?
We're in Ohio.
So is that close or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
Wall Street's main indexes posted record high closes on Thursday, with the Dow adding more than 0.25%, the S&P 500 climbing nearly 0.5%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq rallying nearly 1%. Intel clinched its biggest daily gain since October 1987, jumping nearly 23% after NVIDIA said it would invest $5 billion in the struggling U.S. chip maker. Shares of NVIDIA rose 3.5%. The news came a day after markets cheered a 0.25 percentage point interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve. Ross Mayfield is investment strategist at Baird Private Wealth Management.
The market has decided, look, we've got no recession on the horizon, a rate cut and a Fed that says they're going to cut rates more than they had said at their June meeting. And then you have the AI tailwind that seemingly is not quitting. It's kind of that, Goldilocks cocktail that we talk about, that the market is always searching for. It's not perfect, but we're pretty close to it right now.
Other stocks on the move Thursday included CrowdStrike, which gained nearly 13% after at least 9 brokerages raised their price target on the stock. Shares of Darden Restaurants fell more than 7.5% after the Olive Garden parent reported weak quarterly results. And shares of cybersecurity firm Netscope soared more than 18% in their NASDAQ debut, adding to a string of successful tech IPOs this year.
All right, let's take a look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania on this Friday. Partly cloudy skies, very warm today, upper 70s for a high. Partly cloudy tonight with a low in the low 50s. Saturday, mostly sunny, a high of 80. Sunday, partly cloudy, a high of 80. Monday, showers with temperatures in the mid-70s. Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms with temperatures in the low 70s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:11, almost 7:12 here this morning. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel.
Hello, Friday. It's good to see you. Today's gonna be a good day. Thanks for starting your Friday with Luke and Amy on the Morning Drill. Hello, Friday. It's good to see you. Today's gonna be a good day. Thanks for starting your Friday with Luke and Amy on the Morning Drill.
It's like seeing an old friend, right? Friday. Yeah. Hi, Friday. Glad to be here.
One you don't turn and run.
No. You proudly and excitedly greet at the door and welcome them in and ask them if they want a cup of coffee and all that stuff that comes with it. Happy Friday. How's your coffee?
It's okay.
I'm excited to take a sip this morning. It's really hot, and you got called out the other day for looking grumpy, last week when the coffee maker wasn't working? Mm-hmm. Beginning of this week?
Listen. I'm very simple.
I just smile because that same look and attitude you had over the coffee maker not working earlier, I get that look all the time. So that's... Sometimes I have to go, oh, yeah, that's the norm. Look. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's when you smile or something, I have to say, you okay? What's wrong with you? I'm joking. I am joking. No, I am. It's good. It's lovely to see you this morning.
Likewise.
We got a busy day ahead. High school football tonight. We were at soccer last night. A beautiful night. Mm-hmm. I had a chance to actually sit and just watch, which was interesting. I'm not going to talk about that. Okay. I'm just going to talk about how it was just nice being at an event, not working, just kind of enjoying. Although I did spend time with the gentleman who does play-by-play for us for soccer, Gary Barnes, and I talked quite a bit at the soccer match. So we might as well have just been off to the side broadcasting the game.
Yeah.
No, it's
we
nice.
have a match on Monday, too, right?
We're doing that. Yeah, we'll be there. So we were out of town last night. Short little trip, nice little trip. It was a beautiful, beautiful ride through the country, Amish country, to get to where we were going. And the trees just look beautiful. They are. I wish this look could last for a couple months.
Yeah.
Instead of like a couple weeks. Just make this last for a good couple months, and it would be awesome. But it should make you appreciate. And there's a time I know I was thinking about. I had like a ton of things on my mind yesterday, and I know I kept saying to myself, like, okay, just look around, just enjoy where you are right now. And it was beautiful. So if you're out this weekend, it's going to be a nice day today. It's going to be nice tomorrow, nice Sunday. If you're out driving anywhere, just notice how beautiful it is outside.
Take a minute.
Yeah. It's like
last weekend, I started to notice because we were, again, on the road. And here we are a week later, and it's advanced to what it is now. And it's like, okay, this is going fast.
Yeah.
So, but great night. It was a nice, warm night last night. We took like a light jacket or sweatshirt and
didn't use it.
Tonight, I probably will be using it. We'll be outside tonight. We're on the road again tonight. We've been 3 weeks on the road. Looking forward to being home next week.
Oh, yeah. That's homecoming.
Homecoming for us next week. It's already week 5 tonight of high school football. So the fall sports season going quickly. Yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's always a lot.
I'm like, okay. I just want to get in a rocking chair and just sit and look at the sunrise this morning. Isn't that gorgeous?
It's very nice.
We've had a lot of those this week.
Yeah.
So, how about you? What's on the agenda? What's going on? Glad it's Friday?
Sure. My Fridays are a lot longer than most people. This is our long day. So, yes, and it's going to be busy. So that's good. Busy is good.
Well, good. We've got Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson, joining us later this morning.
Mm-hmm.
We'll recap last week, and Steelers have the Patriots this weekend, and we'll run through all the matchups. I think Pirates lost. Pirates have the A's at home. Let's see. There's a story this morning as inflation continues to simmer and economic uncertainty rattles consumers. Starbucks CEO Brian Nichols says he has a solution to ensuring the coffee chain doesn't suffer from customers pulling back on their $6 or $7 lattes. Is that really what they are? Nichols said during the Fast Company Innovation Festival on Tuesday, he does not believe a rocky economic landscape will offset Starbucks' gains because of its company's commitment to craft and quality and great customer experience. The Starbucks CEO recently passed the one-year mark of his tenure helming the coffee giant and the anniversary of his Back to Starbucks plan, meant to return the company to its roots as a cozy third space where customers can leisurely sip their beverages. So, yeah.
So, he says that, but I don't feel like it looks cozy at all. The latest, ones that they've rolled out are like a much larger space with, I don't know. It's just not a cozy coffee shop vibe. There's, we have local coffee shops.
Well, it depends on which one you go in, probably, right?
Yeah, I'm just, like, the last few I've been into are not at all. Like, the last, probably 4. It's just it's like a vast, open, there's nothing cozy about it. Sorry.
Well,
that's all.
What kind of experience would you like?
I think, I envision there's a coffee shop in Northeast that we go to, and it's tight, and it's cozy, and it has you can have a table and chairs, or you can have overstuffed chairs and a small table, or it's every seating arrangement's a little bit different.
Okay.
This is there's a long bench and a table, and it's very open. It's not. Sorry.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Where everything, I don't want to say it's got an industrial look, but it's kind of got this this corporate look.
Yes.
Right?
Right.
Okay.
Cookie cutter.
This is what I don't understand. Why don't libraries have coffee shops? To me, that would be the perfect thing.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
You go in, you're getting coffee. Maybe you want to sit and read the newspaper or read a book or do whatever. But to me, a library would be the perfect place to put in a coffee shop.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I don't know. And I just look around here and I'm like, boy, if you're looking for that thing, that could be that thing.
That could.
It could. Why don't libraries put coffee shops in? I don't know. Because you're already, a lot of those people that are going in are planning to sit there for a while. Sell them coffee.
A bookstore just opened up here in town, and it's very, I like it. It's very nice. When it opened, there was a coffee shop next to it, and I'm like, that's a great pairing.
Yeah.
Now that coffee shop is relocating, so it's like, oh no.
Yeah. Well, especially if you have an area where they could get a book and sit and drink some coffee. But
yeah,
I saw a story yesterday. Cracker Barrel continues to the renovation. Now the logo thing, that happened, and then now it's back to the old logo. But all the upgrades. Now, keep in mind, Cracker Barrel made changes because they were losing customers. So they were trying something. So I'm not a fan of this new CEO at all, but as a CEO, they're trying to do something, right?
Yeah.
So I feel horrible in the sense that they've gone through and upgraded the look, and all it's done is made it worse. Now, more and more people aren't going, so they've got some issues there. And I think Olive Garden was in the news. I think we just had that this morning in the business report, which will be coming up at the bottom of the hour again with the Wall Street business report. So, yeah, we'll hear more about that. But I don't know. There's certainly challenges out there. And you've got the stuff with Kimmel. And I tell you, not just restaurants, media outlets. I mean, the world is changing because consumers are changing and how they get their information, what they're doing with the information. So it's tough. It's tough. And is it part the fault of the economy? Maybe a little bit. I think it's more the needs and what people want is changing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Hey, we're going to get to birthdays and what we're celebrating. Also this morning, Emily Altomare from the Oil Region Alliance will be with us. So looking forward to catching up with Emily and Bruce later this morning. Not only birthdays and what we're celebrating today, but what we're celebrating tomorrow and through the weekend. So you want to get into that now? And
sure.
Okay, we're going to start with birthdays. Today's the 19th day of September. Who's celebrating a birthday?
Actor Jeremy Irons. Turned 77 today.
What? Great voice. He did the voice of Scar in The Lion King, but he was in Die Hard 3. He's a good actor.
Yeah. Singer Trisha Yearwood is 61. News anchor Soledad O'Brien is 59. Celebrity chef Michael Simon is 56. TV host Jimmy Fallon is 51. Actress Allison Sweeney turns 49. Actress Danielle Panabaker is 38. Actress Katrina Bowden is 37. Actress Lily Chi is 22. And that is all.
You mentioned that celebrity chef.
Yeah.
I've been, this is so stupid. I've been fascinated watching British chefs or British food personalities try Texas barbecue for the first time. They come to Texas to eat barbecue, or British students visit Texas and they have Texas barbecue for the first time, and they just fall in love with it. Because one guy even got yelled at because he goes in with a fork.
Yeah.
And the chef at the Texas barbecue, I wouldn't even call him a chef. I mean, he comes out and he goes, "What are you doing? You don't eat barbecue with a fork. You pick it up with your hands." And they're like, okay, because they're expecting it to be like this really hard, tough meat. And then they bite into it, and it's just soft and flavorful. And, yeah, I don't know why, but look it up on YouTube. British people eating Texas barbecue. It's good stuff.
You have way too much time on your
I know,
hands.
it's good stuff. All right.
All right.
From birthdays to what it is we're celebrating here today.
And through the weekend.
Yes.
Aortic Dissection Awareness Day. Day of the Glories of the Army, National Butterscotch Pudding Day, National Cat DNA Day, National Concussion Awareness Day, National Meow Like a Pirate Day, National Overthinkers Day, National POW MIA Recognition Day, National Tradesman's Day, National Women Road Warrior Day, Talk Like a Pirate Day.
Yes, do that.
Okay. Recycle Now Week. And that is all. For Saturday, are you ready? Are you?
You're not giving me any time to respond to some of these things.
Okay, because I'm excited about Saturday.
Go ahead.
Batman Day.
Why are you excited about that? You won't let me buy a Batman costume. I wanted to be Batman for Halloween. And you won't let me do it.
Okay. It's German World Children's Day, International Coastal Cleanup Day, International Eat an Apple Day, International NFT Day, International Red Panda Day, National AKC Responsible Dog Ownership Day, National Boys and Girls Club Day, National Care for Kids Day, National Cleanup Day, National Crime and Intelligence Analyst Appreciation Day, National Dance Day, National Fried Rice Day, National Gymnastics Day, National Multivitamin Day, National Punch Day, National Queso Day, National Sew a Jelly Roll Day, National String Cheese Day, Puppy Mill Awareness Day, Responsible Dog Ownership Day, Usher Syndrome Awareness Day, International Week of Happiness at Work, Oktoberfest. And that's all for Saturday. And then on Sunday, it is Ancestors Day, Armenia Independence Day, Escapology Day, International Day of Peace, Mabon, Malta Independence Day, Miniature Golf Day, National Cat and Dog Gut Health Day, National Chai Day, National Garage Condo Day, National Opioid Awareness Day, National Pecan Cookie Day, Telegraph Pole Appreciation Day, Wife Appreciation Day.
I'm busy that day. We're going to have to...
Yeah, wait. World Alzheimer's Day, World Gratitude Day, World Mini Golf Day, Child Passenger Safety Awareness Week, Deaf Dog Awareness Week, National Surgical Technologist Week, Sea Otter Awareness Week. On Sunday, we also celebrate Bill Murray's birthday.
Oh, happy birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Does it say how old?
It's also Stephen King's birthday. La la la. I'm looking it up.
It was a couple weeks ago. I think they had Caddyshack on, Meatballs.
He is 75.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought he was older than that.
Wait. It says born. Well, yeah, born September 21st, 1950.
Okay. Bill Murray, happy birthday on Sunday.
Yes.
And Wife Appreciation Day is Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
And Miniature Golf Day. Yesterday, I also caught a clip of just a golf swing. We haven't golfed since, the end of July, beginning of August. Since the accident, which I'm still recovering from.
So funny.
It hurts.
Oh, you're funny.
It still hurts. But anyways, it's getting a little better each week. But no, I really want to go out golfing.
Okay.
One more time. I kept thinking yesterday, when are we going to have time to go out? And the Ryder Cup, I think, is next week. Looking forward to that.
Oh my gosh.
Man.
The Ryder Cup. I don't even know what that is.
No, but I'm excited about it. And I'd like to go out at least one more time this season. So, I don't know.
Maybe you and Joe Tech.
I think our son wants to go. I know he's busy with us. I know.
There's a big when.
I know. We'll figure it out. We're coming up on 7:30. We'll bring you the latest headlines here this morning. Look at that beautiful start to this Friday. We'll bring you all the latest headlines here this morning, let you know what's going on Wall Street, some business stories. Next hour, Emily Altomare from the Oil Region Alliance, Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson. Look forward to catching up with our guests. And again, the nice weather continues today and through the weekend here in Northwest Pennsylvania. Happy Friday.
U.S. President Donald Trump and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer put forth a show of unity on the last day of the American leader's unprecedented second state visit to the United Kingdom. And the host leader was careful to avoid areas of disagreement.
You are among friends, and I think we all agree there's so much to celebrate in the special relationship between our two countries.
Trump and Starmer glossed over their differences on multiple issues, including Gaza and the environment, hailing their common interests instead.
We're forever joined, and we are forever friends, and we will always be friends.
Trump flattered Starmer by calling him a tough negotiator in reaching the first tariff deal with the U.S., although Britain has still not secured the lower U.S. tariffs on steel that it was seeking.
He's a tough negotiator. I think it was a better deal for you than us, but these are minor details.
It's a very good deal for both of us.
He's a great negotiator.
Earlier, a record $205 billion package of U.S. investment into Britain was unveiled, part of an even larger package that officials say will benefit both sides. Starmer said the deals made would, quote, light up the special relationship for years to come. But the pair do not see eye to eye on foreign affairs. Starmer and other European leaders have been pressing Trump to put more pressure on Putin to end his war against Ukraine. Trump, while criticizing the Russian president, failed to mention any further sanctions against Moscow. And Trump repeated his position that he disagreed with countries recognizing Palestine.
So I have a disagreement with the Prime Minister on that score. Okay? One of our few disagreements, actually.
Starmer has said Britain will recognize Palestine if Israel fails to relieve suffering in Gaza and reach a ceasefire in its nearly 2-year war with Hamas.
The elephant in the room, Lord Mandelson.
The two leaders also sidestepped questions related to Jeffrey Epstein, at a time when Trump's relationship with him has come under scrutiny. Both were asked about Starmer's firing of Peter Mandelson as ambassador to the U.S. after his close ties with the late sex offender were released.
I don't know him, actually. I had heard that, and I think maybe the Prime Minister would be better speaking of that. That was a choice that he made, and I don't know. What is your answer to that?
Well, I mean, it's very straightforward. Some information came to light last week which wasn't available when he was appointed, and I made a decision about it, and that's very clear. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
At the end of the press conference, a clearly relieved Starmer ushered Trump out of the room before the president left to return to Washington.
Vehicle shopping? Make sure you check out Titusville Ford first. Shop our amazing selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs in stock. Visit us on Route 8 in Titusville and see why our customer service is a cut above the rest. Titusville Ford, your hometown dealer.
Discover unforgettable savings of over $8,000 off your next Chevy truck at Community Chevrolet's September to Remember sales event.
It's like the saying goes, a golden retriever never forgets.
I'm not sure you have that right, Clark. You might want to acknowledge the elephant in the room. What's truly memorable is Community's savings this month of more than $8,000 off a 2025 Silverado and nearly $5,000 off top SUVs like the Tahoe. So don't forget about the September to Remember sales event this month only at Community Chevrolet.
Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom, ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Whether you want to go and lead in your craft in the trades, whether you want to go and be that nurse or medical worker and have a real impact on lives, or whether you want to go and help that business improve its bottom line, this is the place. And now is your time to go with confidence, to go with skill, to go succeed. The Education and Training Center at Pitt Titusville.
I needed a place I could feel cared for without the long drive. I chose Meadville OBGYN because both my sisters came here, highly recommended Dr. Kristen. Dr. Kristen makes me feel very comfortable, like I'm family, like we're friends, very personable. My daughter Evie was born breech, and it was Dr. Kristen and Dr. Barco, and they were incredible. It was a wonderful experience. I wouldn't ever want to go anywhere else.
Community Connect Federal Credit Union, serving Crawford, Venango, Forest, and Warren counties. Their mission is to provide quality, low-cost, and personal financial products for the growth and security of their members and families. Stop in, call, or visit our website, communityconnectfcu.com, and click Join to get started. Community Connect Federal Credit Union, 1050 East Spring Street in Titusville.
I'm Ben Leach, Republican nominee for Magisterial District Judge, reminding you to get out and vote Tuesday, November 4th. As the only candidate with over 13 years of real courtroom experience and a dedicated career in the justice system, I've consistently demonstrated the ability to remain fair and impartial. As I continue my lifelong dedication to serving our community, I strive to be the kind of leader our citizens deserve. On November 4th, vote with confidence for a candidate who is qualified day one, bringing the experience needed to serve as your next Magisterial District Judge.
Wall Street's main indexes posted record high closes on Thursday, with the Dow adding more than 0.25%, the S&P 500 climbing nearly 0.5%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq rallying nearly 1%. Intel clinched its biggest daily gain since October 1987, jumping nearly 23% after Nvidia said it would invest $5 billion in the struggling U.S. chipmaker. Shares of Nvidia rose 3.5%. The news came a day after markets cheered a 0.25 percentage point interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve. Ross Mayfield is investment strategist at Baird Private Wealth Management.
The market has decided, look, we've got no recession on the horizon, a rate cut and a Fed that says they're going to cut rates more than they had said at their June meeting. And then you have the AI tailwind that seemingly is not quitting. It's kind of that, Goldilocks cocktail that we talk about, that the market is always searching for. It's not perfect, but we're pretty close to it right now.
Other stocks on the move Thursday included CrowdStrike, which gained nearly 13% after at least 9 brokerages raised their price target on the stock. Shares of Darden Restaurants fell more than 7.5% after the Olive Garden parent reported weak quarterly results. And shares of cybersecurity firm Netscope soared more than 18% in their Nasdaq debut, adding to a string of successful tech IPOs this year.
The Bank of England holds steady, but will it keep calm and carry on cutting? The UK Central Bank offered little surprises today, holding rates at 4% and scaling back its government bond holdings. The message, though, remains cautious. Future cuts will be gradual and careful. Governor Andrew Bailey was blunt. We're not out of the woods yet. James Smith is developed market economist at ING. So, James, what are the dangers that the Bank of England see ahead?
Well, merely that inflation is still very high. It's pretty close to 4%. Could creep slightly higher from here. Certainly, it's going to stay above 3.5% for the end of the year, into the end of the year. And that's uncomfortable territory for the Bank of England, particularly worried about food inflation, which has been picking up recently. And of course, after 2 or 3 years of very elevated inflation, they are worried about that staying higher for longer. So that's why the bank is becoming more reticent to cut rates. I still think further cuts are coming, but the prospect of another move later this year hangs in the balance.
So what is your timeline for rates now and for the rest of the year?
Well, I've long felt that this sort of quarterly pace of 25 basis point cuts would continue into next year. I think the August decision, which was more hawkish than us and many others had expected, makes that feel a little bit less likely. I think November, it's probably 50-50 right now. I think if we are going to get another cut this year, it does rely on the next set of inflation data looking a little bit better, particularly in the service sector, which is a key focus for the bank. I think the budget is also important for the bank as well. That is going to see big tax rises. That is going to be more restrictive fiscal policy, points to a more expansionary monetary policy, but that might be more of a story for next year. So yes, I think we have got 2 or 3 more cuts coming. Whether or not it's this year or into next year now, I think is more questionable.
The slowing of QT was largely in line with forecasts, but one NBC member voted for no change and another favoured an even quicker slowdown. Why the uncertainty?
Well, I think overall that 70 billion decision for the balance sheet unwind over the next 12 months, I think that was largely as expected. The bank doesn't want to rock the boat with this policy. It's supposed to be something that very much happens in the background and it's pretty predictable. It doesn't want to cause market disruption as a result of this. So I think the decision wasn't that surprising. But I think the bank is getting closer to the point where bank reserves are at a more equilibrium level. So as time goes on, I think these decisions get harder. The balance sheet is getting closer to that longer term level.
Meanwhile, long-dated gilt sales are being limited to minimise the impact on the turbulent bond markets. Will this have the intended effect?
Well, I think at the margin, yes, certainly very long-dated UK gilts have been falling out of fashion over the last year or so, as they have been in other key developed markets as well. I think the much bigger driver for gilt markets now is what happens as we go into November's budget. Do we see those tax rises coming through? or do we start to see, tweaks to the fiscal rules or something which investors are very sensitive to? So I think that's the much bigger driver for gilts going into year end.
So finally, James, the market reaction has been fairly muted today, but what's your outlook for the pound with the Bank of England on alert?
Well, as I say, we are looking for 2 or 3 more cuts from the bank. That's more than what's been priced by financial markets. We do think as well the budget, one way or another, will be negative for the pound. Either, as I say, we get big tax rises, that points to cooler growth, lower inflation, and therefore lower rates. So that's sort of, at the margin, weaker for the pound. Or we get more pressure on the bond market coming through, which is also weaker for the pound. So we're probably looking at for some more gradual weakness coming into next year, maybe euro sterling heading up to sort of 88, maybe an extreme 90.
That was James Smith from ING. Don't forget, you can watch more videos on Reuters.com.
The Bank of Japan could be on course to phase out its massive monetary stimulus sooner than later. Analysts took note as 2 board members voted against keeping interest rates steady on Friday. They pitched a hike in short-term interest rates to 0.75%, but the central bank held steady at 0.5%. The proposal surprised markets, and some investors saw it as a sign a near-term rise in borrowing costs could be coming. That's despite uncertainty over the global outlook and domestic politics, with Japan's ruling party due to hold a leadership race in October after Prime Minister Shigeru Ishiba stepped down. Central Bank Governor Kazuo Ueda.
Real interest rates remain very low. If our economic and price forecasts materialise, we will continue to raise interest rates in accordance with improvements in the economy and prices.
The bank also decided to start selling its holdings of risky assets. It will shed its holdings of exchange-traded funds or ETFs in the market at an annual pace of around $2 billion. It also decided to sell real estate investment trusts. The decision marks another step in central bank efforts to normalise monetary policy. It accumulated around $250 billion worth of ETFs during 13 years of purchases to revive a struggling economy. The decision to unload ETFs pushed down the benchmark Nikkei index from its record high, although the yen and short-term bond yields surged on the hawkish board dissent.
Rate cuts, record market caps, and mega investment deals. This is the week in numbers. 0.25 point was the widely expected interest rate cut from the US Federal Reserve. The announcement from Fed Chair Jerome Powell came alongside the release of projections for 2 more 0.25 percentage point reductions anticipated this year. It indicates officials are now more concerned about weakening growth and small increases in non-farm payrolls.
What's different now is that you see a very different picture of the risks to the labor market. You've seen, we were looking at 150,000 jobs a month at the time of the last meeting, and now we see the revisions and we see the new numbers. And I don't want to put too much emphasis on payroll job creation, but it's just one of the things that suggests that the labor market is really cooling off.
$3 trillion was the market capitalization hit by Google parent Alphabet. It's riding on renewed optimism around AI, plus a favourable antitrust ruling. The company's shares have rallied roughly a third so far this year, the best performer among the so-called Magnificent Seven stocks. $294,000 is what Chinese AI developer DeepSeek said it spent on training its R1 model. That's much lower than figures reported for US rivals. The news is likely to reignite debate over Beijing's place in the race to develop AI. $5 billion is what Nvidia is to invest in Intel, throwing its weight behind the struggling US chipmaker. The deal will make Nvidia one of Intel's largest shareholders, giving it roughly 4% or more of the company after new shares are issued to complete the deal. And $1 billion worth of Tesla shares were bought by CEO Elon Musk, according to a regulatory filing. It prompted the company's shares to gain as much as 7.5% on Monday and reinforces Musk's push for greater control over the company as it races to meet its ambitious targets on robo-taxis, AI and robotics.
Time, everybody. We had a good...
U.S. President Donald Trump on Thursday celebrated Jimmy Kimmel's suspension.
A day after Disney-owned ABC announced it was yanking his late-night comedy show indefinitely over comments he made regarding right-wing activist Charlie Kirk's assassination.
Kimmel he was fired. He had no talent. He's a whack job, but he had no talent.
ABC has not said that it fired Kimmel, who has not commented on his removal from air. A person familiar with the matter told Reuters that behind the scenes, Kimmel and Walt Disney representatives were desperate to calm a social media furor that erupted following criticism of his remarks. However, the source said they could not find language that they agreed would not further inflame the situation. Trump went on to say TV broadcasters should lose their licenses over negative coverage of his administration.
They give me only bad publicity or press. I mean, they're getting a license. I would think maybe their license should be taken away.
Writers, performers, former U.S. President Barack Obama, and others have condemned Kimmel's suspension, calling it capitulation to unconstitutional government pressure. Prominent Democrats such as California Governor Gavin Newsom said Trump and the GOP were mounting an assault on free speech rights guaranteed in the U.S. Constitution's First Amendment.
Jimmy Kimmel stays, Trump must go.
And in New York on Thursday, protesters demanded Kimmel be reinstated.
ABC, throw us fine.
In the weeks since Kirk's murder, allies of Trump and Kirk have warned Americans to properly mourn the divisive figure or face the consequences. While Kimmel is the most famous American to face professional blowback for comments about Kirk, other media figures, academic workers, teachers, and corporate employees have also been targeted. Alexander Volokh, a professor of law at Emory University School of Law in Atlanta, says that marks a notable shift for the right.
Well, this is basically cancel culture run wild, and recently people have been used to cancel culture coming from the left, and now the right has embraced cancel culture with great gusto after having complained about it for years. Your employer can fire you for any reason they like, unless it's a specific prohibited ground like race or sex. But your political beliefs or the views that you expressed on social media, in almost all places in the United States, your political views are not protected, and you could be fired for that.
Well, another beautiful start to the day. Looking at partly cloudy skies. Very warm today. Temperatures nearing 80 degrees. A few clouds tonight with lows in the low 50s. Saturday and into the weekend, mostly sunny, a high of 80. Sunday, partly cloudy, high of 80. Monday, showers, mid-70s. Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms with temperatures in the low 70s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 7:53. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Well, taking a look at baseball scores from last night. The Rays beat the Blue Jays 4-0. Mets over the Padres 6-1. Guardians beat the Tigers 3-1. A's over the Red Sox 5-3. Mariners beat the Royals 2-0. Marlins slipping past the Rockies 9-7. Reds beat the Cubs 1-0. Yankees over the Orioles 7-0. Brewers beat the Angels 5-2. Dodgers with the win over the Giants 2-1, the final there. When you look at matchups for your Friday, you've got the Pirates and the A's tonight at 6:40 in Pittsburgh. Reds hosting the Cubs. Tigers and Braves tonight. Orioles taking on the Yankees. Mets and Nationals. Rays to take on the Red Sox. Royals and Blue Jays, White Sox and Padres, Rangers, Marlins, Rockies, Angels, Astros, Mariners, Twins and Guardians in Minnesota at 8:10. Cardinals, Brewers at 8:15. Diamondbacks will host the Phillies at 9:40. Dodgers taking on the Giants at 10:10 tonight. The American League Central Division, you've got Detroit, Cleveland, Kansas City, Minnesota, and the Chicago White Sox. East, Toronto, Yankees, Boston, Tampa Bay, Baltimore, and in the West, Houston, Seattle, Texas, A's, and Angels. Head over to the National League East. It's Philadelphia, the Mets, Miami, Atlanta, Washington. National League Central Division, Milwaukee, Cubs, Cincinnati, St. Louis, Pittsburgh. And in the West, the Dodgers, San Diego, Arizona, San Francisco, Colorado. Now, the Cubs, Brewers all clinched a playoff spot, and you have Philadelphia clinching the division. And, when you look at your American League leaders, you've got Toronto, Detroit, and in Houston, wild card spot, Yankees, Seattle, and Boston. Cleveland on the outside, just looking in. The National League, Philadelphia, Milwaukee, and the Dodgers. And in the wild card spot, you got the Cubs, San Diego, and the Mets, with Arizona and Cincinnati on the outside looking in. So that's where we're at this moment. We're also coming into, we started last night, week 3 of NFL action, with the Bills beating the Dolphins 31-21, the final there. And, Miami not looking very good. They are 0-3. And now some pressure because you had a coach in Miami that the media loved up until this year. And now being 0-3, his jokes aren't as funny. Things aren't on the right track there. So I know you've been keeping track, and we're anxious to get your take on it.
I don't even know his name. Sorry.
Okay. Next hour, Emily Altomare from the Oil Region Alliance. Bruce Peterson, Mr. Sports, will be joining us. You can catch our third hour on our website at streammedia.tv, on our Facebook page or YouTube channel, or on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel Northwest PA playlist. We're also there. Great local programming continues right after us on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel, and of course throughout the day and the weekend. A lot of great things. I've been watching just different high school football games from around the area, multiple states, and very fun to watch. How about you? What's gearing up for a big Friday, huh?
Yeah. Let's make it through. It'll be great.
I think the thing I learned from you earlier today is Sunday. Sunday is Wife Appreciation Day, something like that.
There you go.
Okay. Give us a full report on Monday on how that went.
Don't you worry.
Or you might as well just do it now, because I think you have a pretty good idea.
I know, right? What? What day is it?
What? I'll forget.
Uh-huh.
But not about you.
You poor man.
Kinda. Good stretch of weather. I know we're kind of looking at maybe some rain this weekend. Looks like maybe Sunday we were supposed to get some, and it's starting to clear out a little bit, being pushed to maybe Monday. So beginning of next week, we could be looking at a little bit of rain Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, possibly. So can you believe we're on that march into October?
It's crazy.
Next week's the last full week of the month, right?
I think so.
And then the next week, I think the first hits on Wednesday, so yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Well, enjoy the weekend. Stay safe out there, and hope you get everything done that you want to do.
Are you saying that to me?
No, I was impressed.
Cool,
I came home the other night and I feel horrible, but you got 5 days of work done in one afternoon or one evening. It was crazy.
Determined.
Yeah. You walked around the rest of the night, and the next day, you were determined. It was
no, I did not.
I can't move.
I most certainly did not.
I did so much.
I did not.
No, but it was good. It was good.
That's nice. So nice. I didn't.
Okay. No, you didn't. I'm messing with you. I was just proud of you. You did a lot. So
thanks so much.
Yeah. All right. Well, have a great weekend. Our third hour continues, and looking forward to being out tonight for high school football, week 5 for us. Crazy. Woo-hoo. This is the Morning Drill.
Hello, Friday. It's good to see you. Today's gonna be a good day. Thanks for starting your Friday with Luke and Amy on the Morning Drill.
Interstate Pipe and Supply takes pride in providing superior customer service. That's why our dedicated employees are well trained and have the experience to offer friendly, quick, and reliable service and support. Need materials delivered to your job site? No problem. Interstate offers fast delivery from our 4 locations in Western Pennsylvania. We also serve Eastern Ohio, Northern Western Virginia, and Western New York. Service means business at Western Pennsylvania's premier pipe and supply company, Interstate Pipe and Supply.
Anyone with a kind and generous heart and a little money can be a philanthropist. You too can be a force for good in our community, and the Crawford Heritage Community Foundation is here to help you make the most of your charitable giving. We've partnered with hundreds of people like you to make our world and our community a better place. You can give through us to support scholarships or any charitable organization or purpose. Whether you're interested in establishing a permanent endowment or adding to an existing fund, we want to be a part of your plan. Contact us when you're ready to make your mark. Together, we can make your contribution go further.
The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home has been serving the needs of Titusville and surrounding communities since 1965. Mr. Garrett believed in tradition and commitment to excellence, standards that have been passed down from one generation to now a new generation, who will work to provide you with a beautiful, lasting tribute to your loved one. When you need them, they will be there for you. This has been their foundation for almost 60 years. The Gordon B. Garrett Funeral Home, 303 North Washington Street in Titusville. Share the fun of train travel and relive our country's oil history as you ride the OC&T through the valley that changed the world. Learn about the past while traveling on vintage cars. See a variety of wildlife with stops at Drakewell Park, Petroleum Center, and Oil Creek State Park. Arrive early and see the vast collection of train and railroad memorabilia at Perry Street Station. After the ride, enjoy a night's stay at the Caboose Motel. For seasonal specials or for more information, visit octrr.org or call 814-676-1733. For over 30 years, J. Gill Plumbing and Heating has taken pride in being the premier heating and air conditioning service provider in the area. Our highly skilled and certified technicians will work closely with you to address your heating and air conditioning repair, installation, or maintenance needs. And with the J. Gill Service membership, you can take advantage of additional benefits like filter replacements and priority service scheduling. Plus, members get 10% off future projects. Call today to get a free estimate or ask about financing options. Call J. Gill Plumbing and Heating today or visit them online at jgillplumbingheating.com. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding is located at 305 East Spring Street in Titusville. Marsh Home Center welcomes you in to explore their growing inventory of name brand furniture, appliances, and bedding. Need something not currently in stock? No problem. Order from Marsh's online catalog and have it delivered right to your door. Visit Marsh's to see their entire showroom. Ask questions, see what items are on sale, or just stop in and say hi. Marsh Home Center Furniture, Appliances, and Bedding, behind Giant Eagle in Titusville.
211 is a simple telephone number to remember when you don't know where to go for help. Dial 211 when needing to find health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. It's free and confidential, and you'll have access to thousands of programs and services for emergency and non-emergency situations. Visit pa211nw.org to learn more, and remember, help is available by calling 211.
Are you tired of juggling multiple pill bottles? Titusville Express Pharmacy has your solution, now offering compliance packaging. Your medication sorted and sealed by dose, making it easier than ever to stay on track. In a hurry? Take advantage of our convenient drive-through service. We also offer free local delivery for those that qualify. Titusville Express Pharmacy, where convenience meets care. Visit us today at 401 West Spring Street in Titusville. Simplify your medication routine with Titusville Express Pharmacy.
Wall Street's main indexes posted record high closes on Thursday, with the Dow adding more than 0.25%, the S&P 500 climbing nearly 0.5%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq rallying nearly 1%. Intel clinched its biggest daily gain since October 1987, jumping nearly 23% after NVIDIA said it would invest $5 billion in the struggling U.S. chip maker. Shares of NVIDIA rose 3.5%. The news came a day after markets cheered a 0.25 percentage point interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve. Ross Mayfield is investment strategist at Baird Private Wealth Management.
The market has decided, look, we've got no recession on the horizon, a rate cut, and a Fed that says they're going to cut rates more than they had said at their June meeting. And then you have the AI tailwind that seemingly is not quitting. It's kind of that, Goldilocks cocktail that we talk about, that the market is always searching for. It's not perfect, but we're pretty close to it right now.
Other stocks on the move Thursday included CrowdStrike, which gained nearly 13% after at least 9 brokerages raised their price target on the stock. Shares of Darden Restaurants fell more than 7.5% after the Olive Garden parent reported weak quarterly results. And shares of cybersecurity firm Netscope soared more than 18% in their NASDAQ debut, adding to a string of successful tech IPOs this year.
Real quick look at that weather forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Going to be a beautiful day today. Partly cloudy skies, very warm, high near 80. Few clouds tonight, a low of low 50s for a low. Saturday, mostly sunny, 80 for a high. Sunday, partly cloudy, 80. Monday, showers, mid-70s. Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms with temperatures in the low 70s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:07. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Altomare joins us this morning from the Oil Region Alliance. Emily, how are you today?
I'm good, Luke. How are you?
Good to see you this morning.
Good to see you, too. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah.
This is a good way to start a Friday, a weekend.
Yeah.
Everybody should come on your show on a Friday morning.
I don't hear that very often. Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're
Cheers.
welcome. Cheers to you. I'll toast to you with the... I'm assuming a pumpkin spice latte that was part of your bumper there.
No, I don't do that
I don't know, but it had cinnamon on a whipped topping thing.
No, that's somebody had spilled coffee down the cup, and it's... Yeah, I don't know. Anyhow.
This may not be your Emmy-nominated show.
No,
I think we've already established that we're off to maybe a little bit of a rocky start.
Listen,
Okay.
I love the smell, and I like that people love the pumpkin spice stuff, but I'm just give me the regular coffee.
Well, and which is also fine, but all the other things that have become pumpkin spice, people need to know pumpkin itself, not spicy at all. You actually like cinnamon and nutmeg and clove and allspice. So just start putting those in everything.
I know.
But it's good that you're eating some pumpkin because that's fiber and vitamins, which everybody needs more of. So knock yourselves out.
Wow. That kind of leads into...
I know, the cooking segment we're going to launch together soon.
Well, I was going to say tomorrow night.
Tomorrow night is Farm to Fork.
Yeah.
If you don't have your tickets yet, you're out of luck. You waited too long. It got too close.
Sold out.
But we're not sold out, but we are to that point where we can't sell anymore because Chef Jason is already hard at work. He has procured our locally sourced ingredients from the farmers market and area vendors. So he is well underway. So we can't add any more at this point, but we've got a good group. We've got Cork and Screw Wine coming. Just We Too is going to be there for the music. And for those of you who aren't already familiar with Farm to Fork, this is a fundraiser for Titusville Renaissance, who manages the Titusville Open Air Market and a lot of other community projects and placemaking projects and programs around town. So a very worthy cause. It's an awesome night. It's the third Saturday of September every year. Next year's going to be our 10th anniversary.
No way.
So we're going to be doing it at big next year, but we're going to have a great time this year. And like you said, that forecast, knocking on wood, looks awesome for tomorrow night too. So we know we're going to have a great time.
If you've never looked at the pictures of this event, they're absolutely stunning. It's so cool just to think that you're going to be out on that platform.
Beautiful scenery.
Especially this year with the leaves kind of ahead of where they normally are at this time. So we've got great fall color. The train goes by, so everybody who's there like on a train ride, we get to wave to them and see them come back home at the end of the evening. And it's just a lot of fun. So definitely, if you've never been there, plan to join us next year. If you have been there, plan to join us next year because it's so much fun. It's a really great event, and it supports the really great cause of Renaissance and the open air market.
Perfect. All right.
Yeah, all right, check. That's one thing off the list of things to talk about. We are smack dab in the middle of a very busy September, not just with Farm to Fork. Last weekend, we hosted the Kayak Adventure Series, which was based out of Franklin. We had such an amazing time welcoming anglers from all over the country. We have folks as far away as Florida to the south, Wisconsin to the west. Couple of couples from Alabama who've been to all of the Kayak Adventure Series fishing tournaments this year that were a lot of fun. Just everyone's so appreciative. People had some great fishing. We had at least one gentleman got over 100 inches of fish, so he was able to join the Century Club.
Wow.
This is your 5 best fish from Friday afternoon to Saturday afternoon. There are very specific times that you can be in the water fishing, and it's kayak fishing. So you have to either be on a kayak or tethered to your kayak when you're casting and catching these fish. Large and smallmouth bass in both the lakes and rivers. So people were really appreciative of the variety we have to offer here in the oil region. Obviously, we've got the Allegheny, but a ton of Great Lakes that they were able to fish. Not the Great Lake of Erie, that was a little bit outside, but Pymatuning and Wilhelm and Kale. Lots of options for folks. So they had a really good time. I think there were 79 people who were actually in the competition, but they brought a lot of friends and family and support. So all those folks got to see the oil region firsthand, and they're well aware it's not just a good place to fish. It's a lot of fun for families, and there's a lot to do here. So hopefully we've made some lifelong return visitors out of those folks. And we hope to someday be able to host that tournament again, too.
Nice.
Drew Gregory, who's the founder of that, Jake, who works for Kayak Adventure Series. So great to have them. Really enjoyed them being here and working with them. And yeah, definitely want to do that again.
Did they give you some input on, did they say, hey, this is fantastic? This is,
Yes,
okay.
Everybody does.
I know.
Well, I mean, we were also fortunate that we were able to get a grant from DCD, Pennsylvania Department of Community and Economic Development, for marketing for tourists. So we had a lot of money to use to kind of spoil these guys and girls who were coming to fish. And then also part of that money went into the inaugural Allegheny River Music and Arts Festival that was taking place at the same time in Oil City. So you put up that graphic that showed we had the shuttle running all day Saturday, kind of connecting the two cities of Franklin and Oil City. But Oil City had arts vendors and performers and live music all over. They had a great weekend with that, first time festival. So that'll be coming back next year for sure.
And you guys paid to have Meghan Trainor here?
We did not.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Oh,
no.
I thought she performed her big hit. It's all about that bass, about that bass, about that bass on my kayak.
Exactly.
That
was wonderful.
Thank you.
I'm so glad, because I was not going to sing it, but
that's an award-winning moment right there.
Yeah, I know.
We're back.
See, there's an opening in late night, and it could be filled by you. It would be wonderful.
Nobody's watching late night anymore. That's the problem.
It's all right here.
It is. Right
the
here.
real golden time slot is 6 to 8 a.m. weekdays.
That's right. So it sounds like it's been really, when you look at September overall, a really busy September, because like
We're
this
only
weekend,
halfway through.
I know, and you've got Cranberry Festival, a
Yes,
wine walk
in Oil City tonight, which you can still get tickets for.
Okay.
So especially if you're very disappointed about Farm to Fork now, you can go 18 vendors in Oil City. Not all of it's wine. There's some distilleries and I think some breweries participating in that. You don't have to walk far, and you will get to sample a ton. And again, it's a beautiful evening. So get out and do something fun before we're kind of trapped in the cold, and it's dark all the time and nobody wants to get off the couch. Like, go have fun now. We can hibernate later. There's still fun things to do.
Yeah, but I don't even think you can say that because
Well, yes.
The activities just continue.
They never
They
stop.
never stop. Which is great, right? There's something for everybody.
It is great. There's something for everyone all the time. We were just joking with James Schreffler from Franklin Events that, they are very much in the thick of it for Applefest, obviously, which is coming up in just a couple weeks, first weekend of October. But then they're getting ready for Light Up Night, and he's also, working out those contracts for Franklin on Ice, which doesn't take place until early February. But in the whole event planning game, early February is right around the corner. So that's just Franklin. You've got Pit Hole Lantern Tours coming up that same first weekend of October.
One of my favorites.
Me too. I love it. If you've never done that one, you've got to go. And then even if you have done that one, make it a regular, part of your, traditions, something that you do in fall. You can learn so much. It's a lot of fun and just a neat way to experience that oil history that's unique to our region.
How little does the Oil Region Alliance want to be involved with knowing what's going on with all these other things?
I want to know everything. Maybe not the whole alliance, but from a tourism perspective, I absolutely want to know. But then from planning perspectives for the rest of us in terms of like the things we're doing with outdoor recreation, we want to know what's happening at your local fairgrounds and gun clubs and 2 Mile and the individual communities and what they're doing. That helps us plan. It helps us communicate with everyone. We obviously don't want to duplicate efforts. We don't want to step on toes. At the same time, we realize there are only so many weekends and things are going to get booked together. But like with the Kayak Adventure Series and the Allegheny River Music and Art Festival, it's how can we partner then and connect these things so we're spreading the love and the funding and the audience to both those things and kind of working hand in hand. So
yeah, you spend a lot of time talking about all the great things that happen at 2 Mile. Like it's always a busy summer out there. Now they're gearing up for Scary Tree Acres, which again continues all that fun stuff into the fall.
Absolutely.
How do you manage everything? Because it just seems like there's so much going on, and how everybody's kind of looking for that space to get their information out there. That has to be fun and challenging for you.
Well, it is because it's one of those things where people just will ask these questions and you just rattle off like 6 different things that you can do in the next 2 weeks. Obviously, Facebook is such an important tool and so far still free for everyone. Even if you are not a Facebook user, you can get on and see what's going on. That's huge. I remind everybody all the time, make a Facebook event, make them early. We do a constant contact e-newsletter out of the ORA office. This time of year when we are so busy, we're producing those once a week. In that little window where it gets a little bit quieter between after the holidays and before things warm back up, we kind of drop off to maybe every 2 or 3 weeks. But still, obviously, when there's lots to share, we're putting that out there. So that's a great way to connect, and you don't have to be a member of the ORA to be part of that. And it's not just for nonprofits. We share everybody's stuff because we want everybody to know what's going on and attend these great events. They're not all festivals, they're not all competitions, but even just like the live music that's free for patrons in restaurants and bars around town. Like we want you to know that those things are going on and get out and have fun, support those things. We're really fortunate to have the plethora of opportunities we do have, so we're happy to spread the word for anybody.
I really need to get a Facebook account because MySpace just isn't.
You're just not seeing anybody anymore.
Yeah, it's kind of a deserted island.
Not that there's anybody under like 30 listening right now, I don't think. But if there were, they would be like, "What's MySpace?"
Yeah,
and you're like, "It's like the phone book, but it was online."
But worse. You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Emily Altomare with us here this morning from the Oil Region Alliance. Was there ever a moment that you thought, okay, we're coming into this part of the season, maybe it'll slow up a little bit, or not?
No,
really? Okay.
I've been doing this long enough to know that there's no slowing down, and there's actually more of a sense of how can I pace all the things that are going on? And this includes, a little bit of the fall allergy, head cold thing. So you got to really time it all out. And there's a lot of things to work on at the same time. We have the Oil Region Alliance annual meeting. Our membership meeting is coming up Thursday of next week. So that's a very big deal. Another thing that we're planning and excited to bring everyone together and share what's been going on just within our own organization, because that's a big story to tell, and there's been a lot of change there. It's not too late to RSVP if you haven't. It's open to members and invited guests. If you're not a member of the Oil Region Alliance and you want to learn more, we have information on our webpage, and I'm happy to talk to people about that too. Again, that's one of those organizations you definitely want to support if you're able, and partner with us in whatever way you can, because we are certainly making change in the region, and we are always looking for partners and support who want to be a part of that mission with us. Ah, look at that. It's like the family photo over the mantle. But yeah, so yeah, lots to do. No expectation of things slowing down. If anything, we just know there's going to be more and more that happens in the winter in terms of both events. I know the ATV group is looking to host some things here, things that will take place in the winter that don't require snow or even cold temperatures, because that's kind of been part of the idea that, oh, well, the things that we'll do in winter need to have snow, like sled riding parties and, the snowshoeing and cross-country skiing and things like that. So these will be things like not even snowmobiles, but actual ATV rides and things that, that you do all year round now around here, but they're not requiring snow. So that'll be a little bit easier. We don't have to worry about forecasts so much and just get out and have fun.
So you must have. I'm just thinking about the scope, right? What's your main area that you would say the Oil Region Alliance is responsible for? And if you're if you're an outside organization that is planning an event within that region, they should be calling you, right?
Well, absolutely. Let us know. We are the designated destination marketing organization for Venango County. So we will help you in whatever way we can to, organize, advertise, promote your event. So definitely do that. But going back to the areas of focus, the Oil Region Alliance has the tourism aspect. So, and really tourism is pretty much anything. Like, don't think it's only like hotels and restaurants, because it is the museums and the trails and all the outdoor recreation and other events and conferences. Anything that's bringing people more than 50 miles from home to here is considered tourism by, like the state and taxing bodies and those kinds of things. So that's a ton of things in and of itself. Then you have the outdoor recreation part, so Erie to Pittsburgh Trail, management of the Allegheny River, and marketing the wild and scenic waterways, as well as French Creek and Oil Creek's designated water trails. So there's a ton in outdoor recreation. Then you have the Heritage Program, which is supporting all of the preservation and interpretation of our oil heritage. But as we know, there's other parts of that story that kind of, interlock, like when we talk about Ida Tarbell and John Heisman and some of those folks in the characters. So it's coordinating with Drake Well and Eric Cook at Venango County Historical Society and all that they're doing, which has really sprung up a ton in the last few months. So you have that heritage side. Then there's this whole economic development part of the Oil Region Alliance that is kind of the broadest, craziest animal, because what isn't economic development? I mean, it's obviously bringing in business. We're focusing a ton on brownfield reclamation.
Which is really important, because you've got locations that obviously there are people that reach out to you and say, hey, we would like to relocate a business or start a business in this area, but you're like, well, it needs cleaned up first. Who's going to pay for that? Take care of it?
There is definitely some of that. There's the hey, there are these properties that we know because of our history and the industrialization of our town at a time when we didn't have great regulation for environmental safety. So bad things happened and they need to be cleaned up, and you can't have just anybody own those properties, and you certainly can't just develop on top of it and pretend they're not there. So we are actively identifying properties and identifying funding so that we can go in and get those cleaned up and then make them available on tax rolls again and available for business owners to buy and start work on those properties. But there's also a lot of properties that we own and are aware of that we don't own in the region that are available that people could start. They're shovel-ready sites, or they're not brownfields, so you don't have to go through that whole level of regulation and restoration. You can just jump right in and start building and having your business here, and that's absolutely a message we want to make sure people know. We have this high quality of life, low cost of living. You can't beat the scenery, and let's just say it, the people. Our streaming media is amazing, and we have so much to offer here for lifestyle. Why wouldn't you consider this area when you're relocating a business? And you definitely want to check it out and see what we have to offer. So those kind of 4 pillars are basically the scope of the Oil Region Alliance. And then at the same time, sometimes weird things pop up and we're like, yes, and we're happy to figure out how we can work within that. Because really, or basically everything falls into one of those pillars anyway.
Right.
And so it's not much of a stretch to find out how those things can relate.
Yeah. Or no, but we know somebody.
Exactly.
It's not just, hey, good luck.
Right.
See you later.
Yes, absolutely. There's a ton of connections, and it's not just local connections. We are working with state and national organizations and funders all the time. So absolutely. John, our president and CEO, is going to national brownfields conferences. We had some folks visiting yesterday from the EPA. We work very closely with the National Park Service and DCNR. We absolutely can help you get the help you need, even if we are not the ones to give you the help you need. And definitely direction, and that goes for that variety of expertise, because the historic preservation part for sure, but outdoor recreation development, tourism, economic development, the whole bit. That's why we're so busy.
Well, and if you really wanted to learn more, and I know you kind of presented a snapshot, you could attend the annual meeting next week
Let us know.
Kind of get a recap.
Let me know right away, because I got to have your head count for catering, because you don't want to eat somebody else's breakfast by mistake. But absolutely, and we'll be sharing information from that afterwards too. So even if you're not a member, you can see some of that recap. It's just a lot, and I think people who don't work with us regularly or only work with us in one way are maybe surprised at just how much is going on. And I know when we work with larger entities further outside our area who are less familiar with us, they're always very amazed and impressed with what we're doing. And for the size of our staff, there's basically 10 people. There's a whole lot going on. There's a lot of there's a lot of irons in the fire there. So definitely pay attention and check us out, because there's a lot going on, and it's all for the good of the oil region.
And these are things that you don't just say, oh yeah, this is next week, so let's start working on it. I'm sure you're already looking at next summer, next fall.
Absolutely. And the way the funding works is you're asking for the money for the projects sometimes 2 years out.
Oh wow.
Just because and the way the funding gets doled out too, you can't ask for money tomorrow to start the project, so you got to really plan ahead.
Well, if folks want to find you, ask questions, maybe come in and sit down and learn more, or say, hey, you know what, maybe I would like to put some money into a project, how do they get a hold of you?
So you can visit oilregion.org. There's experiencetheoilregion.com. Our phone number is 814-677-3152. You can also find individual phone numbers and email addresses on oilregion.org for all the staff, and we're located at 217 Elm Street in Oil City.
Stop by and say hi.
Absolutely.
It's good to see you this morning.
It's great to see you, Luke. It feels like it's been a while again, but we've just been so busy.
It's crazy. We'll be in October next time we see you, so.
Full Halloween makeup.
Excellent. Thanks.
Directions Community Credit Union is now open in Titusville. They may be new to our community, but they've been serving our region since 1974, providing their members with affordable products and services. Membership is open to anyone who lives, works, worships, volunteers, attends school, regularly conducts business, or who owns a business in Venango, Forest, Warren, or Crawford counties. Visit their new location at 206 South Martin Street in Titusville to learn more about becoming a member. Best of luck to all the students and athletes this fall from New Directions Community Credit Union.
Looking for expert orthopedic care? Dr. Charlie Gates, a trusted name at Titusville Area Hospital, can help you regain mobility and a better quality of life. With years of experience and a passion for personalized care, Dr. Gates specializes in treating a wide range of orthopedic conditions. Whether it's joint pain, sports injuries, or orthopedic surgery, trust Dr. Charlie Gates at Titusville Area Hospital for your orthopedic care. Call 814-827-9770 today to schedule your appointment.
Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning provides residential and light commercial air conditioning services throughout the area. They understand the importance of your cooling system working properly. That is why you can trust in Vanderhoof to do the job right. Whether it's a non-working air conditioner, yearly maintenance, or a new install, you can be assured that we will solve your problem quickly and efficiently. Your home's air conditioning system is far more than just temperature. It's a complete comfort system that combines temperature, humidity, air quality, and above all, safety. Vanderhoof Heating and Air Conditioning in Titusville. Titusville Market Square is home to over 100 unique vendors featuring antiques, collectibles, candles, coins, baked goods, dairy products, food items, comic books, toys, and so much more. You'll discover something new every time you walk through the door. Did we mention the selection of baked goods, breads, Clark's Donuts, and Amish pies? Titusville Market Square has you covered. Stop in to explore today. Titusville Market Square in downtown Titusville.
Our new home.
Somebody pinch me.
Somebody say pinch? Pinch, pinch. We mean we just bought this.
Yeah, we just bought a new house. Why are there crabs?
Don't call for pinches. Call for protection.
Hit it.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Your State Farm agent is ready to help you choose the right coverage for your new house and your car.
All right, which way to the sea? We're in Ohio.
So is that close or?
No.
You got a pool?
No.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
I'm Ronnie Long.
And I'm Lisa Mellon.
The name Armstrong reflects more than just a company. It's a promise.
While others focus on the short term, we're building for a future that's limitless.
From the dawn of cable television to the rise of the digital age, we've delivered cutting-edge technology like our advanced fiber network that redefines what's possible.
Guided by our core values, we have proudly served and strengthened communities like yours for generations.
Fat Chad's is Titusville's premier dining destination. Come hungry and enjoy these menu favorites: T-bone steak, homemade meatloaf dinner, or soft shell crab tacos. Dive into fresh pasta entrees like shrimp and scallop pasta or our signature Asiago chicken. And don't miss our famous burgers and fish sandwiches, all served with fresh cut fries. Fridays mean prime rib specials. Enjoy wild game Saturdays. And on Sundays, it's our all-you-can-eat wing buffet. For good food and good times, it's Fat Chad's Brewing in Titusville.
211 is an easy-to-remember telephone number for finding health and human services for everyday needs and in crisis situations. Every day, highly trained 211 call specialists provide referrals to basic human needs resources like food banks and shelters, physical and mental health, employment support, support for youth and child care programs, and support for adults and persons with disabilities. To learn more, dial 211 or visit pa211nw.org.
Wall Street's main indexes posted record high closes on Thursday, with the Dow adding more than 0.25%, the S&P 500 climbing nearly 0.5%, and the tech-heavy Nasdaq rallying nearly 1%. Intel clinched its biggest daily gain since October 1987, jumping nearly 23% after NVIDIA said it would invest $5 billion in the struggling U.S. chip maker. Shares of NVIDIA rose 3.5%. The news came a day after markets cheered a 0.25 percentage point interest rate cut from the Federal Reserve. Ross Mayfield is investment strategist at Baird Private Wealth Management.
The market has decided, look, we've got no recession on the horizon, a rate cut and a Fed that says they're going to cut rates more than they had said at their June meeting. And then you have the AI tailwind that seemingly is not quitting. It's kind of that, Goldilocks cocktail that we talk about, that the market is always searching for. It's not perfect, but we're pretty close to it right now.
Other stocks on the move Thursday included CrowdStrike, which gained nearly 13% after at least 9 brokerages raised their price target on the stock. Shares of Darden Restaurants fell more than 7.5% after the Olive Garden parent reported weak quarterly results. And shares of cybersecurity firm Netscope soared more than 18% in their NASDAQ debut, adding to a string of successful tech IPOs this year.
Well, let's check that forecast for northwest Pennsylvania. Partly cloudy skies, very warm. Highs today nearing 80 degrees. Few clouds tonight with a low in the low 50s. Saturday, mostly sunny, a high of 80. Sunday, partly cloudy, high of 80. Monday, showers, mid 70s. Tuesday, scattered thunderstorms with temperatures in the low 70s. That is a look at your weather forecast at 8:37. This is the Morning Drill. You're watching it on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Joining us this morning is Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson. Hi, Bruce. How are you?
Good morning, sir.
Good to see you.
Beautiful morning in Pennsylvania.
It is.
We need to treasure these because these are going to become fewer and fewer. I was just reading this morning about the prognosis about winter.
Oh, yeah?
So
forget the Farmer's Almanac. Let's get Bruce's Almanac.
Well, I in fact, I looked at their site, Farmer's Almanac site. And everybody's saying it's going to be kind of normal, cold-wise, but a lot of snow. We're going to have a snowy winter. So,
like last year.
Good for sled riding.
And skiing. Yeah, I'm excited.
And shoveling.
Last night, we had to drive to Corey to watch high school soccer, and it was such a beautiful ride. The leaves were absolutely stunning.
They're just starting to come out now. And probably they're about 2 weeks from peak, or maybe usually about the middle of October. And this is what, the 19th or 20th of September. So, yeah, we're starting to see and usually in the early fall, you get the brilliant reds and the brilliant yellows and the oranges. And
I wish that would last like 2 months.
Yeah, I do too, but get it in about 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. So appreciate it while it's here.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. There's a lot that we were talking before coming on. There's a lot that we do appreciate, sometimes not enough. And we were talking about losing some great Steeler legends in the media this year, and another one this week.
Dale Alley. Yeah, he was a key figure on Steel Nation Radio. And he did the drive with Matt Williamson. And Matt Williamson yesterday gave a very heartfelt tribute to a good friend of his, Dale Lally, and he will be missed. We've lost Tunshokin, Craig Wolfley, and now Dale Lally, all associated with the Steelers. So really good guy, great broadcaster. Really liked how he handled the shows. He was so balanced, It was none of this over the top stuff. He just kind of told you what was going on, and with him, they had close access to the Steelers, so you pretty much knew what was going on when they told you. So he will be missed.
Well, where do you want to start today, Bruce?
Well, after the first week, we were all happy, and after the second week, we're not so happy. But the games were eerily similar. The mistake was made by the Jets in the first game, and the mistake was made by us in the second game. And really, those mistakes, if you look at the games, really swung it to the other side. The fumble by the Jets, and then Caleb Johnson allowing that ball to be downed in the end zone by the opposition, which both cases gave our team a double score and then gave their team a double score. But if you look at the total yardage, the Jets, it was 394 to 271. We were out yardage. And in the second game was 395 to 267. So both games, the other team really dominated all the metrics, but we won it because of the turnover in New York, and then Seattle won it because of the turnover in Pittsburgh.
Changed momentum.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, they kicked a field goal, all right, which puts them up by 3 points, and then boom, they get that touchdown, and now they're up by 10 points.
Let me ask you about rookie mistakes. There's a lot of yelling from folks about a rookie not knowing certain rules.
It happens.
Yeah, is it him, the coach, both? I think like we don't give people a lot of leeway anymore. Like he's new.
Barry Foster, his very first season in the league, he went on. He's the all-time single-season rusher for the Steelers. His first year in the league, the ball comes down, bounces in front of him. He doesn't get on it, gets turned over, and they lose the game. You got to remember, these guys are new to the NFL. It's a new world. There's a few rules differences between college, and for some reason, he just didn't get on the ball. He maybe thought it was down in the end zone. You didn't have to get on it, and maybe he didn't know the rules. I don't know.
Or maybe he didn't think it touched him.
Yeah, who knows? In fact, it didn't touch him. It just bounced into the end zone and laid there, and the other team came down, jumped on it. It's a touchdown. And I'm sure he was as surprised as anybody. Who knows what he was thinking? I don't know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, they're rookies. They're allowed to make mistakes. We're not perfect. Neither are they.
Yeah, I feel bad. That's a lot of heat that he got.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. But I still think he is the answer for them in the running game. Tomlin has kept him out. He's kind of letting them get used to the NFL. He's letting them return kicks. And he's been doing okay. He's been doing okay with returning kicks. But I think ultimately, as we get into the season, the latter parts of the season, I think he's going to need to be the guy because he's a big, physical, talented running back. And I've been going back and looking at him in college. He was a terrific runner in college. He just does so many things right. How he makes his decisions, how he leans the shoulder into would-be tacklers, and how he finds a hole and he cuts at full speed. He just does a lot of things right. And that's the reason they drafted him, was to be the running back. And he's not there yet, but he will be.
Does that also put a spotlight on maybe the NFL and college should be on the same page with how they do things?
Well,
or not really.
It's close. I mean, like in the receivers, college has to have 1 foot in, pros have to have 2. And there's a few rules like that, but it's really, really similar, and you can learn them pretty quick. I mean, the games are pretty close.
Yeah,
it's a tweak here and a tweak there, the difference. And I think the college kind of likes it that way. They kind of like a little difference.
Yeah. Okay.
We're us. You're you. But to get back to the Steelers in Seattle, they didn't play particularly well in either game. Now, Aaron Rodgers had a good game in New York. He threw 4 touchdowns. Well, at home in Seattle, he throws 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. So, not as good. Now, what they were doing,
and the one was kind of questionable.
Very questionable. Yeah. It was the other receiver got in the way of the receiver that was to get the ball, and it got knocked up in the air. And you know as well as I do, tip passes can go any way. You never know. And so I don't really call them in. That's not really on the quarterback's fault. If he throws to the wrong receiver, that's his fault. But things that get tipped in the air, hey, anything can happen.
Yeah.
So he really throws 1 interception. But it was a game where they couldn't afford any interceptions. So, and both sides had 2, so that kind of levels it out. But it was that Johnson allowing that ball to be downed in the end zone by the opposing team, that was the real killer.
Yeah. What do you say to everybody expecting a stellar defense, and we haven't seen it in 2 weeks?
That's a good question.
Okay.
That's a very good question.
Guys, sometimes I feel like the offense comes off thinking, okay, we got a good defense, and then it's like, where are you guys?
Yeah, and they have not played well. And in fact, Austin came out this week and said, we're not played well. I mean, he was pretty adamant about it.
Well, they're calling for his job, too.
Yeah, well, that goes with the territory. Yeah. Will they be this bad all season? I don't think so. And the reason I say that, Luke, is there's too many really good players in that team not to figure it out. Now, there's a lot of new pieces, and maybe there's a problem with that. I don't know. I'm not there, but I think they'll get it figured out, and I think down the stretch they'll be much, much better. But yeah, they've not been very good, and to their own. I mean, they've admitted it. We've not been good, although they didn't give up near as much yard rushings against Seattle as they did against the Jets. But the Jets were one of the top running teams in the game in the league last year, and they're one of the top running teams in the league this year. So they run the ball. And we've not been running the ball. That's been a real problem with Pittsburgh. We've just not been running the ball. I think we had, I think it was 70. Yeah, we were outrushed 117 to 72 yards with Seattle. So we got 72 yards rushing the second game. We got 53 the first game. That ain't going to cut it. With a team that's supposed to be good at running the ball, that's not going to cut it. So is there an issue with the offensive line? Well, they're young. I mean, we're playing with a first-time left tackle. Jones was drafted as a left tackle. He spent his first 2 years playing right tackle. So he's, I think, having to adjust to the speed of the NFL. Fatano, the right tackle, first time he's ever been a starter in the NFL. Last year he started one game, he got hurt. You got McCormick, who's a second-year starter. Frazier's a second-year starter. So this is a young offensive line. So I think they will get – you know how you get better?
By playing, yeah. Well, injuries, though. We've got a lot of injuries.
Especially on defense. I mean, it looks like Highsmith's going to be out, Porter's going to be out, Elliott's going to be out, and there's one other one. A lineman. That's tough. I mean, Highsmith is he's a really good linebacker. Elliott's a really good safety. You miss those guys when they're not playing. So yeah, they're going to have to deal with potentially having 4 defensive starters out this game. It looks like Harmon's going to be back, so that will help up front. But and they signed DeMarvin Leal from the practice squad back to the roster, so he's going to be there. He can play either outside linebacker or defensive end, so that will help. So yeah, it's but they're part of the game, Luke. Injuries are part of the game, and depth. We thought going into this season that this team had a lot of depth, and now that depth's being tested. And but still, when you got 4 starters out, you're just not as good. I mean, there's no other way you can put it. Any team that loses 4 starters on either offense or defense, you're going to feel the effects of it.
Yeah. Crazy start.
Yeah. Hey. The year that Pittsburgh went to the first Super Bowl in '74, they were 1-4 to start the season. So let's not get our panties in a bunch, okay? Let's kind of keep a little cool demeanor. Good teams have bad games, and the Steelers started terrible that season, awful, and they wind up going to the Super Bowl. So not saying that they're going to go to the Super Bowl, but, they're better than they're playing, I think is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Well, we see it with any high school sports, especially, Bruce.
Yeah.
It takes a while to get back in the swing of things. And when you got guys not playing preseason games, and it takes a little bit.
I remember, this is high school, but I remember back in Wiley's years, the year I think they pitched 5 shutouts during the season. They lose to Corey in the first game over there. Looked terrible. And then come home, and then nobody can score on them. So early in the season, and another thing is September football. Nobody plays in the preseason. So really your preseason is your first 2 or 3 games, and they're starting to call it September football.
Yeah. Well, now I understand that you're going to have people to say, well, the Bills are coming out. They're, firing on all cylinders. Kansas City,
not so much.
Not so much.
Not so much. But they're a veteran team, and sometimes it's the veteran teams that struggle early on, but they get their they get their footing.
Yeah. Well, look at Detroit. Week 1.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "Oh, it's the end of the world."
Yeah.
Week 2. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're so good. They're so good.
Ravens are 1-1. So
exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's early in the season. I always say the teams that win down the stretch are the good teams. Not the early games. Yeah, every game matters, but it's winning down the stretch. Those are the good teams.
It almost feels like college kind of interferes with the NFL a little bit in that regard, where college, you're searching for perfection so often, like the teams have to, because of the rankings and everything,
right.
Like you have to be, where NFL, it's like, well, no.
Yeah, but what does college do? They schedule 3 cream puffs to begin the season to really make sure that they win. Now, this year, Texas played Ohio State in the first game. That's very unusual. And I'm sure neither team wanted that to be, but it was what it was. But, yeah, you play. I mean, who did we play? We played Florida International, Villanova, and some other cream puff team. Nevada. Yeah. Now, they're all good teams, but, I mean, let's face it. Yeah. We're going to beat every one of them, and Villanova is not going to beat us. So let's put it that way.
But I'm sure they got a nice check for playing them.
They did.
Which helps their programs out.
Absolutely.
And gives them some attention.
Absolutely.
You're watching The Morning Drill on Stream TV and on the Armstrong Neighborhood Channel. Mr. Sports, Bruce Peterson with us here this morning. Anything else Steeler-wise, or you want to get into college? Or
No, we got college, and we got a little bit. I want to say the Penguins started camp yesterday.
Ooh, okay.
69 players in camp. Still think there's going to be some trades. Of course, we got a new coach this year, a new coaching staff. The Penguins are looking like they might be sold. So, there's a lot going on with the Penguins. But Crosby's still there, Malkin's still there, Letang's still there, Carlson's still there. So even though they didn't win the last 3 years, people are kind of hoping that this year that they can kind of turn it around, get back on the winning. But we'll see.
Yeah. I wonder if and probably not, the new owners or the potential owners.
Hoffman's.
Yeah. I wonder if they're like, boy, we would have loved to have had, Sullivan back, but.
Well, they weren't there.
They weren't there, yeah. Yeah.
He's in New York now.
Yeah.
And New York will be good. I'll just tell you right now. They'll be one of the best teams, and they got a lot of talent. Yeah. Okay, let's look at college. We do our Super 5 every week, and what I do is I pick games that are going to be close, that are 7 points or less. So we got 5, the Super 5. First of all, number 14, Texas Tech is at Utah. Utah is favored, and I think Utah will win the game. My second pick is number 22, Auburn is at number 11, Oklahoma. Oklahoma is favored by 7.5, and I think they will win. Now here's my next one. Pay attention to this. 21, Michigan is at unranked Nebraska. Michigan is favored by 1.5. I think Nebraska's going to win this one.
Ooh.
One of my upsets.
Okay.
Number 4, Florida at Miami. Now, Florida's always good, but they're not ranked this year. Miami's ranked number 4. Miami's favored by 9.5, but I don't think they're going to make the spread. I think it's going to be closer than that. And finally, a couple of used to be bottom feeders, Illinois and Indiana, are now ranked teams. That's really unusual. So number 9, Illinois, is at number 19, Indiana. Indiana's favored by 6.5. I think they will win. Penn State is off, so they'll be back next week playing Oregon at the Whiteout.
Yeah.
That will be a game to watch.
That'll be exciting.
That will be exciting. Yeah. After the Villanovas and the Florida Internationals, now we're going to play somebody tough.
What makes Penn State different from playing them just, it seems like a few months back, but last season?
Well, Oregon lost a lot in the graduation, but these are two teams that are going to vie for the national championship. This is an early game of looking at a couple of teams that are going to be up there, probably in that playoff bracket. So both of these teams, we're going to get an early look at where these teams are at. And fortunately for Penn State, it's going to be at Penn State. So
yeah, that's going to be good. Be a fun one to watch.
The Pirates have 9 games left. 9 games left. And they need 5 wins to reach 70. So the Pirates, I don't know if anybody knows, but what they've been doing the last, I'll throw this out to you. Through August and early September, they were 12-4, and they swept the Dodgers. since they've swept the Dodgers, they're 1-11. And people say, well, why is that? Well, they're playing all the young players that they want to find out what they're going to do in the majors. You know, like Trilio and York and just the young player, Bart, just the young players to see where they're going to be for next year. Because some of these players, they need to determine if they're going to be major league starters or if they're going to be bench people or they're going to be let go.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to give them a chance to play. And sometimes when you do that, the results aren't good.
Yeah.
So,
well,
but they've been losing a lot of one-run games. They just haven't been scoring runs. The pitching's pretty good.
Okay.
Pretty good.
All right.
So,
well, that's good. See what happens here. And they got the A's tonight at home. So
that's right. Skanes. Yep. His last home start. And he's certainly. Then Connor Griffin's coming. I keep telling you about this kid, Connor Griffin. And then right behind him, Seth, I think it's Rodriguez. Another really good pitcher. Skanes kind of talent. So.
All right.
Picks.
Oh, we don't want to do that yet. Picks. So, Bruce, I didn't get a chance to go back and see how you did last week, but we'll.
But you got it all marked down.
Yeah, I have it marked down. All right. So the Bills beat the Dolphins last night. Dolphins are 0-3.
Yeah, they're not very good.
No, and the jokes from McDaniels, who the media loved for the first couple of years, not so funny anymore.
Not so funny.
All right, Falcons at Panthers.
Falcons.
Green Bay at the Browns.
Green Bay.
Yeah.
Green Bay, one of the best teams in the NFL.
Yeah, they're
one
good.
of the best teams.
Texans at Jaguars.
Jaguars.
Bengals at Vikings.
Vikings.
Oh, Joe Burrow out.
Yeah, but what do they got? Not much.
Steelers at Patriots.
I'm going to pick Steelers, but boy, they got to play better.
Yeah, let me put a question mark there. Rams, Eagles.
Eagles. Should be a good game, though.
They're on a mission, aren't they? Well,
yeah, they are.
Jets, Buccaneers.
Buccaneers. That Buccaneers are playing well if that quarterback used to be in Cleveland.
Yeah,
I'm just
Baker
telling
Mayfield.
you. He's playing well.
Although Justin Fields, you hear stories about people saying to Tomlin, like, we told you, like he's.
Well,
I know.
Well, they went after him. He said he left.
Yeah.
I think he was miffed because he got benched. I think that's what did it.
Yeah. Colts, Titans.
Colts are a pretty good team.
Raiders, Commanders.
Commanders.
Broncos, Chargers.
Chargers.
That's going to be a good game.
Watch the Chargers. They're a good team.
Broncos, though.
Yeah, but Chargers are good. Harbaugh's got a good team out there.
Saints, Seahawks.
Seahawks.
Cowboys, Bears.
Cowboys.
Boy, that was a game last week.
That was.
Cardinals, 49ers.
49ers. Cardinals are getting better, though. They are improving.
Chiefs, Giants.
Chiefs.
Lions, Ravens. That's going to be a good game.
I thought long and hard about this. The Ravens are favored, but I'm going with the Lions.
Okay, with the Lions.
I think it's 1.5 point spread. So,
hey, I don't know why we didn't do this, but next Thursday night, because we'll be here Friday, Seahawks, Cardinals.
Where's that?
Cardinals, Arizona.
I'm going to go with Cardinals.
Okay, those are the picks. Some good games this weekend.
Yeah. We haven't really got into the really good college games yet. They'll come as we get more into the league schedule, but there's a few good ones this week. So.
Bruce, great to see you this morning.
You too, buddy. See you next Friday, bright and clear.
All the best.
Yeah. Hopefully it's still sunny.